So let's get into this college football playoff.
I just want to know because my list is going to surprise Rafa. I think it's going to surprise Rafa all the way.
I think my list is a little different than what you guys would want.
Because I have an ideal list, and it's...
What's your ideal list? What are we talking about?
My ideal top four. The teams
Oh, so you want to know what our ideal top four is?
Absolutely. I think you're going to be surprised at my list.
My ideal top four would be Michigan at number 1, which they are. Washington at number 2, which they are. Bama at number 3, and Georgia at number 4. That is my top 4 list.
That's also mine.
So, to me, dude, Texas is playing Washington. They're favored by 4.5. Guess who the fuck we're blue chipping here? The Dogs.
Washington, baby. They match
The
up well.
Dogs.
They match
Eddie
up well.
and I were there on Friday night with our fucking dog money line tickets. We had the Dogs all the way live. And
Great pictures.
by the way, Oregon, it's tough to not beat a ranked team all year except for one. And you played 3 ranked games.
3.
You lost 2. By the way, Oregon, can we say overrated?
Yeah,
we can say that.
100%.
Which, if Oregon is overrated, means the Pac-12 is overrated. Anyways, factual.
Not if they get into the championship game, man.
Washington's playing Texas. They will definitely get into that game.
The real national championship is that Bama-Michigan game.
Oh, I agree.
I agree.
In the Rose Bowl.
I agree.
That's going to be such a great
You know
game.
what, guys? I have to freaking push back on you guys about this shit because everyone loves Alabama. Guys, did we not see Texas beat Alabama? Did we not see Auburn?
Eddie.
Fourth
That's
and 32.
no, Eddie.
That's different.
Fourth and 32.
Dude, that is different.
I get it.
That is different. There is a list on the internet that they made, Barstool Sports, by the way. They made a list of all the rivalries in college football. You may not agree with it or not. That's
It's a
fine.
huge rivalry.
That's number 1. They had that as number 1,
It shouldn't be
Alabama,
number
Auburn.
1.
But, okay, that's their opinion. And when you look at the competitiveness of every game at O'Hare Stadium at Auburn, every game comes down to the wire.
The
always
kick
wild.
6, there was the Hail Mary
The
the year
Bryce
before.
Young game, the 4
Bryce Young
overtimes
game.
a couple years ago.
Yes.
Bro, it's always come down to the wire. You can't base it on that game.
The only
okay,
time-
so
yeah.
Auburn. From the day that Texas played Alabama, only one team since that date has lost. The team that lost from that date was Texas. And they lost to Oklahoma, who lost 2 games.
And Bama is by far a
you
different team.
It's not even close.
Okay, wait.
They just beat Georgia.
In the same fucking breath that you say you had to take a rivalry game in consideration, you can't bang Texas and then also...
They lost the game, though. Bama didn't lose the game. Bama converted on 4th and 32. You're going to tell me that a bigger accomplishment is you beating Texas.
No, but you're trying to excuse Bama.
Bama didn't lose the game, though.
But-
Bama didn't lose the game. I'm telling you why the game was close.
Can you
Texas
unsee?
lost the game. I can't unsee Dylan Gabriel driving the field and beating Texas in the last minute of the game. I can't fucking unsee that. I can't unsee
That's
Dylan
great.
Gabriel playing shit after that.
Can
you know what I could?
fucking unsee? New Mexico fucking bull racing?
New Mexico
Auburn.
State. New Mexico State.
Can you
those
unsee
are,
that?
dude? Those are different games, Eddie.
Yeah,
Auburn,
a rivalry game is
dude.
completely
Auburn,
different.
Alabama is a different animal. It's a completely different animal.
I agree.
Dude, how many years was North Carolina basketball bad or Duke bad? Not very many. But there's seasons where, Duke is 15-12. North Carolina's 28-1.
That year
and Duke
that-
goes in and beats them because it's a rivalry game.
The year that North Carolina made the Final Four, North Carolina was unranked going into the tournament.
were horrible that
and
year.
they played Duke to a 1-basket game in Krzyzewski
A
on
top 5
Krzyzewski's
team
court.
in the country.
They beat them twice.
Rivalry games are different.
Different.
If Bama wouldn't have won the game and then they beat Georgia, Bama's out. But
Yeah.
Bama won the game and then they beat the number 1 team in the land for the last 3 years. Forget it. We're not going to count the last 2. They were number 1 this year for 15 fucking weeks.
29
for 14
straight wins. 29.
14 weeks, they were the number 1 team in the country. There's no doubt about it. I can't unsee that. When I beat number 1, I just beat number 1, and I'm coming in the playoffs. There's no doubt about
So
it.
let me give you my ideal playoff top 4. It's exactly how it fucking is. I think they got it spot on, dead nuts, 100% right. 100% right. Georgia was overhyped all fucking year.
No, are you
fucking year.
kidding?
They were. They were supposed to blow everyone out of the water all year. They weren't very good all year. They beat Tennessee. They did what they had
They
to
beat
do.
Missouri. They beat
Brock Bowers was out for 6 weeks.
Dude, they
McConkey was
beat
hurt
a bunch
for a
of
month.
teams.
Yeah.
Dude, you're also forgetting, you're bringing up the Auburn-Alabama game. Texas barely beat Houston. Texas barely beat Kansas State. If Kansas State doesn't go for 2 at the end of the game, if they don't go for 2 at the end of the game, they win the game at Texas.
I only bring it up because you want to use rivalry game, but you want to use Oklahoma.
Oklahoma beat them. Alabama did not lose.
You can't play it both ways.
Of course, you didn't lose, though. Alabama didn't lose their rivalry game on the road. They didn't lose their game. They won it.
There's a reason the Michigan players reacted the way they did when they saw Bama as the 4 team.
That's why I say they got it right.
Yeah.
I think they got it right.
So my list, I am personally unimpressed with Washington. When I look at the last 6 games of the last 6
They had
games,
a rough
they
4
had
games.
They had a rough stretch. I think that they're going to beat Texas, but I think the College Football Playoff Committee gifted them the best possible College Football Playoff game that they could get in a semifinal.
100%.
How could you put them at 3? Who are you going to put above them?
No, I'm saying Texas is the easiest game they could have got because I think Bama's the worst game for them because Texas is 99th in pass defense.
They
and
get boat raced by Bama.
They get boat raced. They get boat raced by Bama. I think they get boat raced by Georgia, and I think they get boat raced by Michigan.
You know what that tells you? That the Pac-12 was overrated all goddamn year long.
Incorrect.
That's what it tells you.
Incorrect.
You're literally saying the team.
I don't think so.
You don't think you don't need to think so.
In my opinion, I don't think that the Pac-12 is overrated.
Statement,
we thought that the Pac-12. You thought that the Pac-12 was going to be one of the worst conferences.
No, I didn't say the worst.
So what do you?
I don't think they're as good as you think they are.
I just told you that I think they weren't that good. I just said that they were not going to be in my playoff. That they were not going to be in the playoff. I think that it goes probably SEC and then Big Ten and Pac-12 can go right there next to each other. Right there next to each other.
No.
Absolutely.
You cannot put the Big Ten in the same conversation.
Okay, so Luke, so let's name the top 4 teams in the Big Ten. Name me them right now. Go.
Michigan, Ohio State,
Penn State, and Iowa.
Name me the top 4 teams in the Pac-12.
I can't. Oregon and Washington.
Oregon,
and that's
Washington,
That's it.
that's
It's
it.
over. It's over.
Oregon, Washington.
It's
Name-
over.
Do we not just sit here and act like Arizona was not the best team a week ago?
Oh,
Do we not?
Arizona.
Thank you.
Okay, so
it's three.
Okay, hold on. Is
Can't play, none of
Arizona
them can play defense.
is Arizona not being Iowa?
No, we don't know that.
I don't
They're
think
not,
so.
They're not going to be able to score on them.
No
You don't think
way.
Dude, I don't
Arizona-
think they can score on them.
Come on, man.
On Iowa?
Yes.
If Iowa,
Is Arizona scoring on Iowa?
That's a field goal.
Arizona needs to
Yes.
score 1 touchdown. One.
They're not to score
They're not
one.
going to get one.
One.
They don't get to score
Arizona
one.
State scores on fucking Iowa.
Dude, no. Stop.
No,
Yes.
come on.
Yes.
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 Absolutely.
Did you not see
Absolutely.
how much of trouble Michigan had? And you think a Pac-12 team is going to
because what did I say? What did I
You're not
say
going
about
to
that
sit here.
game?
That reaction. You're not going to sit here and tell me Michigan isn't legit.
Michigan, that wasn't the
That's not
argument
the
that we're
thing.
having. That's not
He's
anyways.
arguing the top 4 Pac-12 versus top 4 Big Ten.
Yes, because the
It's
rest
not
of the
even
Pac-12
close.
and
Not
the
a
rest of the Big
conversation.
Ten
Penn
sucks.
State was
Sucks.
horrible.
Penn State sucks and Iowa
Sorry.
sucks.
Penn State
Oregon
doesn't
State
suck.
and Arizona have
Sorry.
to score 1
Penn State-
touchdown
Penn
to
State-
beat
sorry.
the Big Ten's West champion. Thank you very much.
Penn State doesn't suck. Sorry.
Okay, they lose the same two.
You're right.
The
You're right.
same two
Your
games.
opinion,
My opinion.
matters more than the fucking guys who vote every week and
Yes,
have
who
Penn
put
State
Washington
top
in the
10.
playoff.
Washington deserves to be in the playoffs.
Yes,
I sat here last week and I fucking told you that if they were to beat Oregon, it's because they were battle tested and they had to come back in those tight games against sorry ass teams. What did they have to do? They got down late and they drove the field and beat them. Oregon, who had 1 fucking ranked victory, is the second best team in the Pac-12.
Who has Iowa beaten?
Over fucking rated.
Who has Iowa beaten?
Doesn't matter.
What do you mean it doesn't matter?
Doesn't
you just
matter.
said that Oregon didn't play anybody and then told me that it doesn't matter for Iowa doesn't play anybody.
Iowa is the 4th best team in the Big Ten. The 4th. Oregon is the 2nd.
And they made it to the conference championship.
Oregon is the 2nd best team. Well, because of the divisions.
Right. And so
Iowa's still ranked in the top 15.
they should not be, Rafa.
That's your opinion.
They should not
That's
be.
your opinion.
They should not be.
100% they should be.
How many NFL players do they have on this
they're
roster?
going
Are you
0
telling?
and 15
Are you
against
telling me they should be an unranked team?
They should be 20 to
Yeah,
25.
not unranked.
20 to 25.
Dude,
Not
they
unranked.
beat. They
Oh
crushed.
my God.
They crushed
Rafa,
Oregon
this
State.
is-
They crushed UCLA.
No, they would.
Rush them.
They would not crush Oregon State. They beat the shit out of UCLA.
Dude,
They don't
put-
crush Oregon State.
Nope.
What? When?
No, it'd be a
Oregon
it'd be a
State
10
lost to Washington
Oregon
State.
State
They couldn't move the ball on Oregon.
10 to 7.
They couldn't move the
They
ball
couldn't
on
move the-
Oregon.
they couldn't move the ball on Oregon.
10 to 7, 13 to 10 game.
Settle the fuck down, Jesus.
Eddie, pull up the top 25 rankings, man.
I have it.
Give me so we know the 4. 5 is 5 Florida State, 6 Georgia, whatever. Who's 7?
Ohio State,
Big
Oregon's
Ten.
at 8, Missouri at 9, Penn State 10, 11 Ole Miss,
12 Oklahoma,
Oklahoma at fuck. Are you kidding me?
13.
Oklahoma?
They beat number 3.
Oh my goodness.
LSU at 13, Arizona at 14, 15 Notre Dame, 16 Louisville, 17 SMU,
Fuck out of here.
18 Liberty.
Fuck out of here.
No one cares after that.
Iowa's 20, Oregon State's 21, and Tennessee's 25.
James Madison is in the top 25. You can kiss my
Are you looking at the really quick? Are you looking at the college football playoff 25 or the AP top 25?
That's the college football 25.
college football playoff 25.
okay. Because the AP one doesn't have Liberty, JMU, like doesn't have any.
Yeah.
Fucking Rafa can't even give a dead man walking any fucking credit. It's over.
What-
Pac-12 is over. You could relax.
They're done though. It's
don't
because
That's what I'm
deserve
saying.
It's over. Yeah, it's over.
Oh, well, it's over.
It's over.
It's
Good.
like you're at a funeral and you're spitting on the fucking guy who's fucking being buried right now.
That wouldn't be shocking.
If his wife's sitting if his wife's sitting up there and talking about how he's still alive and kicking, then yeah, we're gonna say something,
He's a little alive still. His heart is he's on the table about
Yes.
it's going boop.
bro.
All right. Well, I have my top 4.
Let's hear him.
So, number 1 Michigan, number 2 Washington, 3 Georgia, 4 Ohio State.
What?
Ohio State's garbage.
So he just lost
You have
all credibility.
credibility.
Get the fuck out of here.
That's a Big Ten homer.
That's a Big Ten home.
yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
How do you put Georgia ahead of Bama?
In Ohio State in the top
How do I
five.
put
And how
Georgia?
does Ohio State make it over
Yeah.
Bama?
I put Georgia. First, I put Georgia over Texas and Bama.
How do you put them over
Yeah.
Bama? I don't give a fuck about
They
Texas.
lost.
They
They just
Sorry,
beat
I
them.
didn't. Sorry, I didn't mean Georgia. I meant Bama. My
Okay.
fault. My
All right,
fault. I meant
wonderful.
Bama,
Thank
not
you.
Georgia.
Okay.
Not Georgia.
Thank
My
you.
fault. My fault. My fault.
That's your fault.
Bama. God, I hate you. Bama at 3, and then Ohio State at 4.
Ohio State's 4. That's sorry. You're
So
wrapped.
you just want he wants a rematch.
He wants a rematch. Credibility done. Okay, next.
The-
What's your top 4?
The poll is the
I had
best
the
4.
same as Rafa's.
Ross? Okay.
I think Georgia should have gotten a chance.
A chance.
To
Georgia
defend their
deserved
championship.
more of a chance than Florida State did.
Yes.
The fact that Georgia
agree
fans
with that.
aren't as
Yeah.
upset.
Yeah, I
The
agree with
fact
that.
that
With
Georgia
that.
fans aren't like up in arms and Florida State fans
Georgia
are.
fans can't be up in
showed-
arms. You just lost
You
to
lost,
Bama.
But
Yeah.
but it shows like they knew. Florida State fans knew they shouldn't have been in there.
Texas did what they needed to do was to annihilate the last 2 teams, right?
They had to.
Which they did. If Texas plays the last 2 games and they're tight, and if Oklahoma State makes that even a close game, I can see them putting Bama and Georgia ahead of them.
Yeah.
But when they annihilated, I know it's Oklahoma State, and they didn't even end up, I don't think, in the top 25
Yeah.
after it was said and done. So, which I think is going to affect Texas in the playoffs, but which are favored by 4.5, and I don't know how.
Here's the thing, man. Texas is really good up front. They're scary.
They're really
defense-
good.
They're really good up
Their
front.
secondary is very suspect though.
I said
Yes.
99 in
Yeah.
pass defense.
If they could do, I mean, because Oregon didn't get a pass rush, Penix looked great. He was stepping up in the pocket. He looked amazing. If he could do the same thing he did to Oregon, Washington wins this game.
Oh, I think Washington's going to win the game. I think Washington's going to win the game based off of what they've had to endure the last 6 weeks. Tough games on the road, tough games at home.
They learn how to run the ball.
And finding a way to pull out these games at the end. What they've been down in the first half. They were down at home against Arizona State, which is ridiculous. They pulled that game out. They had a tight game against Stanford, which is also ridiculous, and they pulled it out. They had a huge lead against Oregon. Oregon took the lead. They came back, took it back from them, and they took it back from them with 2 scores. Bo Nix showed you that he's just overrated. Bo Nix overrated.
Bad pick.
It does bum me out. This is 2 straight years that the semifinal is going to be far and away better than the championship.
I don't think so.
I don't think so at all.
I don't think so. I think both games, dude. I think both games. I'm okay with watching any of those 4 in the title game.
I would love to go to the Rose Bowl and see these Alabama. I've never been to.
Dude, the tickets are ridiculous.
I've
right?
never
It's-
been to a game with Alabama fans.
Oh,
And
it's
I
so
would
fun.
love
It's
wild, by the
so
way.
fun.
I would love
It's
to see that.
literally like $400 to sit in the top.
In the very
top
top.
row.
Really?
top there's not bad though at the Rose Bowl.
Oh no!
$400?
It's walking up there. That's really
It's
bad.
walking up there. That's
It's-
bad.
oh
but
my
to
God.
watch the game, you get a
to
great
watch the game,
To
it's
watch
just-
the game
yeah,
is
it's good.
phenomenal. I think it's a really good view.
Yes.
Bama fans are also just whether you love them or hate them, they just make the game so much better.
Yeah.
I've been to Alabama Auburn one year in
Really?
Tuscaloosa.
Ooh, nice pull.
It is amazing.
Lucas.
Roll Tide.
Name dropping on her ass.
I think I'm okay with any of the matchups in the title game.
Yeah.
Me too.
I'm okay with Michigan, Washington, Michigan, Texas.
Yeah.
Bama, Texas. I'd love to see Bama, Texas again.
I would
think-
love to
I
see
would-
Bama.
I think that'd be phenomenal
Yeah.
game.
I
That
think
would
if
be good.
Bama plays either Washington or Texas, they boat race them.
I don't think so.
I
don't
don't
think
think
so.
I don't
Texas.
think so.
I don't
I
think
don't-
I don't
Texas
think
plays.
they boat race.
I don't think
you
Texas
know what I'm
plays them
rooting for,
close.
CJ? I'm rooting for Washington to win it all, so we can just sit here for 2 hours and tell them the Pac-12 is
Trust
the
me,
best
I'm
fucking
rooting
league
for Washington to
in
win
the
it all as
fucking
well.
country.
I'm rooting for
They need all the hope
Washington.
they can get.
I hope Washington can win it all, but I don't think so. But trust me, I do. I'll show you.
Well,
Believe me, I want them to win it all. I don't know if they will. I don't think Bama boat races any team.
I agree. I
don't think anybody. I think the only team that can boat race anybody in these playoffs, I'll be honest with you, is Michigan. And that's not because of their offense.
No.
Because their defense
Yes.
is so good. Now, we will see because they've been playing Big Ten teams all year long.
Yeah.
So we will see how Milroe can get out and all that. But I can see them beating Bama, 21-10. And
the
then
first
going
time-
to the title game and playing Texas and beating fucking Texas 24-0.
Yeah.
24-3.
for the first time in a long time, this Michigan team is probably the most talented team in the playoffs.
Oh, this is the most talented Michigan team
and
Jim
that
Harbaugh had.
hasn't been the case whatsoever. That has
Last year they played TCU and fucking lost. I mean,
Yeah.
come on. So
What was it like preseason? Like Michigan had something projected like
22.
23, 24, like first
Guys,
round,
yeah.
like NFL caliber players,
Yes.
and half of those were like first round talent.
Yeah.
we're
It's
going to blue
ridiculous.
chip a game in this. So you can bet it now. Washington plus 4.5. I think the line's going to go down to 3.5. Washington plus 4.5. When you that battle tested, that quarterback, by the way, the kid is a fucking star. There's no doubt about it. The guy made plays. He made mistakes. He had a bad interception, but he made mistakes. He came back from them. He's done it all year long.
And the coach from Washington, he has a crazy record. Like, he is a great
Yeah.
coach.
Make sure you get Washington early, man. Washington plus 4.5. I think they can win this game outright. I really
I
do.
like it. I like it.
I really do.
Where are they playing, by the way? Orange?
The Sugar Bowl.
Sugar Bowl, so that's in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Nolans,
The
babe.
Orange Bowl is Georgia and Florida State.
Yes, on the 30th, I think.
Is
Did you see that Zoom
13
call?
and a half or
14, and
14.
it's probably going to be
Did you see that
16
Zoom call
before.
with Kirby Smart and
Mike Norvell.
Mark? So
No,
funny.
I haven't.
It is so
It's
funny.
hilarious.
They're just sitting there and like this, this is Kirby. He's just like sitting here like this, getting interviewed, and Mike Norvell like looks like he just got done crying for 45 minutes. It is
Oh,
the
yeah.
most depressing meeting you've ever seen.
Well, I mean, you had some inside information about Kirby.
A couple weeks back.
He likes the he likes
He's off the sauce.
moonshine.
Yeah,
he likes the
he's
moonshine a little bit.
And elk.
Yeah, come on, man. Come on.
So,
It's a great debate. And you know what? And that's what makes college football so good. And we're going to miss this next year.
I don't think we're going to miss
I don't
it.
think we're going to miss this at all.
Because what the Big
12
Ten did.
teams? I mean, what are you going to say? Fucking James Madison should have been the 12th fucking team.
No, but then these arguments won't have to be in play anymore.
We're still going to have these arguments,
Yeah.
This is what-
but I don't think it's going to be such a big argument. Sorry,
No.
because at 12 and 13, this is going to be the argument. Who's 12? Oklahoma's 12,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
With 2 losses,
Yep.
and LSU's 13 with 3 or 4 losses,
And the
and we
Heisman
know
front
damn
runner.
well that LSU's better than Oklahoma. That will be the argument next year.
I think it's also going to be, LSU has the Heisman. They shouldn't have to play such and such at this rank. They need to be above or
Yeah.
below this team.
Nah, I don't know about that.
I think it's going to be that.
That,
argument.
no, but that
Because
what
that'll be
Chase saying, that's-
predetermined the week before.
Chase talking about that though. That is something that's going to be an issue next year.
Yes.
Yeah, the 10 through 14 is like right now who would be in the quote unquote playoffs would be Penn State, Ole Miss, LSU, Oklahoma, and Arizona.
That's so.
Where's
fun.
LSU ranked?
So fun.
Penn
13.
State doesn't belong
No,
in
it's
that.
the top 12.
It's 12.
Ole Miss though.
It's 12 teams
Ole
only.
Miss
No,
is
I
like
know.
an
I
any
said the
given
10 through.
Sunday.
I
I read out
love
the 10 through
Ole Miss.
14.
The
saying
argument.
those
So
would be the
LSU and
arguments.
Arizona would both. You can
They
say
would both miss.
like Arizona. I wouldn't say you could say now that Arizona's playing better than Oklahoma. That is for sure. But you cannot dog LSU at 13. That would be the hypothetical for next year.
Yeah.
If we were using this.
Which is still going to be really exciting to argue about. Like, it's going to be really fun to argue about.
Yeah, college football's the best.
How many prediction? How many SEC teams get in the playoffs next year?
5.
I'm gonna say 6.
I'm going to say
I was
5.
going to say 5.
I'm gonna say 6.
Well, you got to remember, Texas and Oklahoma are now in the SEC.
Damn right. That's why I'm saying
So
6.
it's gonna
Because
be
you're gonna
Big
have
Ten.
Texas,
I don't think
Texas,
you have
Bama,
Texas.
Georgia. 100%.
100%.
Texas will be in the fucking playoffs
100%.
next year.
100%.
Texas, Bama, Georgia. Lock those 3 in.
LSU.
LSU, you could probably
We don't
throw
know
in
about
there.
LSU.
Ole
Daniel's
Miss.
gonna be gone. We'll see how the rest of the team goes.
LSU though is the front runner for what's his name
From Washington State?
transferring.
Ward?
Not him. Not
Cameron
him.
Ward
not
from
him.
Washington State.
Not Dylan Gabriel.
No.
Thank you.
Fuck, I'm totally blanking on his name.
From Kansas State?
Kyle McCord. They're the
Oh,
front
from
runner.
Ohio State,
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah,
ew.
they're the front runner for Kyle McCord.
I don't
Wait,
get the
Texas?
Kyle
See,
Was
McCord.
it
it's a
Texas?
different.
I don't
Huh?
get this.
Is it
McCord
Texas
name.
is?
No,
LSU.
no, LSU. No, LSU. Texas is not.
Quinn
living.
Ewers is coming back. He said.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, he's coming back.
Yeah,
But the argument next
and
year is
Arch
gonna
Manning
be-
said he's staying. He said he's
Of
gonna
course he's staying.
stay.
Yeah.
LSU.
You take it like a man. You know what his dad said. You fucking take it like a man. You fucking sit there and you wait your turn.
Oh, also
never
rumor
got his
that was
turn.
rumor that came out during the podcast. Florida State rumoring to trying to be going to the Big Ten.
Yep, that's the. He's to second that. That's been the rumor since Monday morning. It's been picking up steam all week. If
This
you're reading
makes
Twitter and
zero
all that,
sense.
Zero.
Florida State to the Big Ten, which would inevitably kind of force Clemson's hand, and then the ACC
That is
falls apart.
insane.
Stupid.
Yeah.
And Clemson would go to the Big Ten before they went to the SEC.
The SEC doesn't want
Doesn't
anybody
want
else.
anybody else.
They don't need anybody else. They're not poaching it. They went 2 teams.
We're
They
turning,
wanted 2 teams. Oklahoma, Texas. Everyone else get the fuck out. They want elite. They don't want everything else. That's
Well,
it.
they want name too. Like Clemson's not that big of
You-
a name. Like
What?
no.
In college football.
Is he stupid?
This
Okay,
motherfucker's out in the,
He
in
on
the
some
Midwest.
cocaine. He on some cocaine.
Are you out of your mind? Clemson's not. Clemson's a 5th.
Clemson's a top 5 college football national brand.
Listen, let's wrap this up. We have a big topic on our hands that's been bothering us all effing week long, guys. That is our college football argument. Every week, my neighbors are saying, "What the fuck is going on with these college football teams?" Keep
They're
on-
like, how come every Friday at like
I
8
hear-
o'clock I hear
yes.
Pac-12 this, Pac-12 that?
yes. Oregon State sucks. Oregon sucks.